Welcome back to Keep It Real Boxing and welcome back to another edition of Fight Night Rewind. This is Cypherbox and let's talk about this weekend's action from the main event over in the US, Wilder versus Fury. First of all, I want to say, before I talk about the fight, first of all, I want to say big shout out to Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury for giving us such a great fight, an entertaining fight. It was great to see a major heavyweight fight in the US again. I'm sure the US fans appreciated it. It was a great fight. But unfortunately, when it comes to these sort of fights, sometimes these major, these big fights, you get a little bit of controversy. And I'm going to talk about, the scorecard. I'm going to give you my take on the fight as well. All right. But not only that, I am going to talk about the 12th round knockdown in some depth. Yeah. And break it down and review it, etc. All right. For you guys. So here was the official scorecard for the fight. Okay, so one judge saw it 115-111 to Deontay Wilder. One judge saw it 114-112 to Tyson Fury, and one judge scored it 113-113, which ended up making the fight a draw. Now I'll leave that card up there for you guys to have a look at for a bit, but let's talk about the fight itself. Yeah. You see my scorecard at the bottom right hand corner of the screen. I scored it 115-111 to Tyson Fury. I only gave Deontay Wilder 3 rounds. One of them was the second round, and the other rounds were the rounds where he knocked down Tyson Fury, which was the 9th and the 12th. So 9 rounds to 3 on my card to Tyson Fury. I felt Tyson Fury, when it came to the more effective punching, or the cleaner punches and the cleaner landed shots, they came from Tyson Fury. I felt his ring generalship was better than Deontay Wilder's. He dictated the pace most of the rounds. He dictated the pace of the round. Made Wilder do what he wanted him to do. Defensively, he was cuter. We know that. Wilder missing wild haymakers. Yeah. And Tyson Fury making him miss those punches. Don't get me wrong, Deontay Wilder landed some good punches as well in the fight. It wasn't like it was completely like Deontay Wilder never landed a punch. He did land some punches, but Tyson Fury's work was just more effective to me. Yeah, and it was the cleaner work, it was the punches that you could see more clearly and to me were more effective. Yeah, all right. His defensive capabilities were much better. We saw that clearly on the night. Yeah, and like I said, ring generalship and the cleaner punches came all from Tyson Fury. That's just me. I'm not going to talk round by round, but overall, that's what I felt I saw in the fight, and I felt Tyson Fury thoroughly deserved on the cards to win the fight. On the cards, I don't disagree with what people are saying out there. Majority of the people out there, I know there's some people out saying that they saw Wilder winning the fight, etc., and stuff like that. But I personally, from my point of view, saw Tyson Fury winning this fight. Now, a lot of people are saying I'm being biased because I'm British. If you've watched my channel long enough, if you've subscribed to my channel, you will know I'm not that kind of person. Yeah, if I felt Tyson Fury lost, then you know what, I would say so. I've done it in the past. Look at James Dagale against Caleb Turax. The first fight, I definitely said he lost that fight to Caleb Turax. You look at his rematch with Caleb Turax, I even said that he lost that fight as well. I don't believe he beat Caleb Turax in a rematch either. So I'm not the kind of person I'm not a biased person. I may have wanted Tyson Fury to win on the night, but if he had genuinely lost, in my eyes, I would say it. I just think Tyson Fury was the better fighter on the night. Yeah, round by round, apart from those 3 rounds I gave to Deontay Wilder, I felt Tyson Fury. Even the fights that where, they were jousting rounds, where they were just exchanging jabs, even at the end of the rounds, on some of those rounds like that, Tyson Fury, the last 10, 20 seconds will, put in a flurry, and that would be enough for him to win the round. So I get what people are going to say, that some of those rounds were probably close because they were only exchanging jabs. It turned out to be a jousting session, with their jabs. But if you look at some of those rounds, some at the end of the rounds, Fury would put in a bit of a flurry, land some good combination or a quick combination, and that would be enough for him to win the round as well. Don't forget that. And another thing that came out of this fight is a lot of people were proved wrong. Yeah, saying that Tyson Fury's not ready, Tyson Fury, etc. isn't 100%, Tyson Fury needs more tune-up fights before he takes on Deontay Wilder. And Tyson Fury himself turned around and said, he goes, well, what fights did I have that made me, you know, got me prepared well enough for Vladimir Klitschko? You know? He said, he goes, I think one of those fights was Derek Chisora. And then was the other one, was it Christian Hammer? Not exactly great guys to tune you up for Vladimir Klitschko, are they? Yeah, who was the dominant force at that time in the heavyweight division. And he turned around and said, he goes, so don't worry, these two fights are more than enough for me to get a few rounds in, and I'm good to go. And what it proves is that Tyson Fury is the type of fighter who is motivated by the big occasions. You get fighters like that when they go up against, you know, subpar or below par or average fighters. You know, they don't get up for it because there's no excitement for them. But when they go up against big names in their division, like Deontay Wilder or Vladimir Klitschko in Tyson Fury's case, they get psyched up, they get motivated. There's this determination, this competitive side of them comes out because they know they're going up against one of the best in the division. And if they win, you know, they solidify themselves within that division as the best, potentially the best fighter in their division. So he's the kind of fighter clearly that rises to the occasion. And you know, rise he did, because he put on a great show. And yes, I agree with the Tyson Fury fans. I believe, you know, the scorecards that the judges gave were, you know, incorrect. They weren't right. They didn't score the fight right. I believe Tyson Fury won the fight also 115-111. So that's controversy number one. Let's talk about the second bit of controversy from the fight, which was the 12th round knockdown. Now, I'm not going to lie. When I was watching a fight, like I said, I believe Tyson Fury won on the scorecards. Yeah, you can see my scorecard at the bottom right hand corner of the screen, and I will keep it there for the duration of this video. Right? But I believe Tyson Fury won on the scorecard. And yeah, he got screwed by the judges. Yeah, they were wrong. But at the same time, when I was watching the fight live, and the 12th round knockdown happened, and Jack Reese was counting that knockdown, after the 7 count, yeah, when he got to 7, he got to 8. I said, whoa, what's going on here? Why is he slowed down for? Yeah, even I thought that, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I thought, why is he slowed down for? And then the 9 count was 9. Oh, you okay? You okay? It just didn't look right to me. Yeah, the count didn't look right to me at all. Right? So now I'm gonna do quite a lengthy period of this video. Is gonna go to me talking and breaking down that knockdown for you guys, because there's loads of theories going out there. People are throwing out rules and regulations and you know, all this stuff, you know, so it's out there. People are talking about it, you know. So my job on this channel is to talk about these sort of things. Then I can't ignore it. I have to talk about it, and talk about it we will. Yeah. Okay, so this is the footage I got off Instagram. Alright, it's actually a good bit of footage from a fan in the crowd, and you know, it shows the knockdown nice and clearly. You can see the referee, Wilder, Fury, etc. Right? So look, one of the controversies of this fight was, one, the scorecards, which I agree were completely wrong. I felt Tyson Fury won 115-111. That's what it was on my scorecard. Okay? And I felt Fury got screwed on the scorecards. And it was a hometown decision for Deontay Wilder. However, Wilder fans are also complaining, saying that the count in the 12th round was long or slow or not quick enough, whatever it was. Yeah, that the referee slowed down with the count. So everyone's talking about it, just like everyone's talking about the scorecards. Everyone's talking about this count in the 12th round. So we have to talk about it. So let's talk about it, let's review it, and let's see what happens. Right? So I'm going to play it, and then I'm going to do the count while I'm doing it. All right? Because, not be funny, before I go on, I'm not going to lie, even I thought, when I was watching the fight live, I felt the count was a little bit off. When the referee got to 7 and then he went to 8, he kind of started to slow down at that point, and then he went 9, you okay? And he didn't really finish the count off on 9 even properly. He just went to see if Tyson was all right. So even I looked at it and I thought, whoa, ref, you know, there's something wrong with that count. But let's have a look at it now, yeah? So I'm going to play it for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Tyson Fury was about here, I think, when it was a 10 count. Look where he is. He's still crouched over, arms out here, head's here. He is not fully vertical at 10. Which means, just by that alone, he should have been counted out. You know what? Let's play it again, yeah? Because remember, referees, it's not a 10-second count. It's a 10 count. So when referees are counting, that's why they use their hands, right? They go 1 and they throw it down, 1. Then throw it down again, 2. Throw the hand down, 3. You know what I mean, yeah? You should if you know enough boxing, if you watch enough boxing, yeah? But it's never like a bang on 1 second count, 2 second count, 3 second count. Do you know what I mean? So let's do it again. But then after I've done it this time, we'll even review how Jack Reese was positioned, where was Wilder, etc. and stuff like that, yeah? So let's do it again. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There he is again. His head is here. And his arms are down here. He's in that crouch position still. He is not fully vertical at 10. Which means 9, he's about somewhere here. You can see my cursor. He's around here about 9. So, Wilder fans, do they have a right to have a little bit of a complaint? Yeah. Tyson Fury, I've counted it twice for you guys. I've counted it twice. And it would appear to me that Tyson Fury potentially should have been counted out. Okay, let's watch it again, yeah? But this time I want you to watch Jack Reese, the referee. Alright? Watch what he does. Now, I'm going to describe what he does, but if you watch him, okay, if you watch Jack Reese, soon as Tyson Fury hits the ground, he counts 1. Then he stops, looks at the official outside of the ring, doesn't even look at Deontay Wilder, looks at the official outside of the ring, the timekeeper, and then starts counting again, goes along with what the timekeeper's doing. Right? Which doesn't make sense to me. And there are more things I'm going to talk about because there's a lot of things people have highlighted that I want to touch on. But just watch it, yeah? Watch Reese. Here comes a knockdown. 1. There's the first count. Actually, no, he does look towards Deontay Wilder. So now he's waiting for Wilder. I suppose he stops and waits to see Wilder go to the corner. Yeah, and then he stops halfway, looks at the official. Let's look back there. Look what he does here. So he's not telling Wilder to go to the corner. He's not ushering him into the corner. He's not directing Wilder or anything like that. He looks outside of the ring. And then he proceeds with a count. Okay, so I saw a comment on Instagram on someone's page where someone says, well, the count doesn't actually officially start until the fighter is in a neutral corner. So meaning until Deontay Wilder is in a neutral corner. Right? Now, I read the California State Athletics Commission's rules and regulations on fights. And specifically the part about counting when a referee starts a count. And nowhere in there does it really say that a referee, that the count won't begin until the fighter, which would have been Deontay Wilder in this situation, is in the corner. Yeah? I mean, I don't understand why end of the day, you got a timekeeper outside of the ring, so the timekeeper can start the count at the minute the fighter falls and lands on the ground, while the referee's distracted, even if he has to usher the fighter into the corner and tell him go into the corner and direct him into the corner or push him into the corner. Because some fighters get excited when they knock down when they knock down an opponent. Yeah, Deontay Wilder's one of them. He's known to do that. But there's nothing that shouldn't say that. Oh, hold on, let me start counting the minute Fury hit the floor. Do you understand? So I think it's a grey area, to be honest with you. I do understand where Wilder fans are coming from. Yeah, and I will show you the screenshot in a minute. Yeah, I'll show you the screenshot from the State Athletics Commission, California State Athletics Commission, and I'll even link it in the description of the video for you guys to review yourself. But I think it's a little bit of a grey area because it's not even clearly stated in the State Athletics Commission, the California State Athletics Commission's rules and regulations, that the fighter must be in a neutral corner before the count starts. You know, that's the thing. You know, I think we got a lot of grey areas in boxing. Yeah, I think these commissions, and I've said it before, and these boxing organisations need to get on the same page and just have the same rules and have clear cut information provided on their websites about the rules. But it doesn't say anywhere in a California State Athletics Commission's rules and regulations when it comes to counting that the opponent who knocked down the fighter has to be in a neutral corner before a fight starts. Before a count starts. I think it's a weird one for me. Let's watch it again and watch what Deontay Wilder does. And this is where the referee screwed up, because I think the referee should have gone straight to Wilder and said, get in the corner, you know, and made it quite clear, but he didn't. So there's a knockdown. And, do you know what I mean? Look at Wilder. Wilder's already walking off. He's knocked him down. He said, yeah, I'm going to the corner because I know I knocked him down. Count him out, ref. And that's exactly what the ref does. He starts with the one. Once you've started that one count, you need to continue it. You can't just stop, go, oh, hold on. Official out of the ring, outside of the ring. Help me out. Where am I at? And I think even she started maybe a second later. So it's definitely, for me, it's a grey area. Personally. I think Wilder fans may have a reason to gripe about this. But I think, to be fair, the referee's made a bit of a mess of the whole situation. Yeah, and everyone's praising Jack Reese for a great job he did, but actually, did he? And this is the thing, a lot of people are saying, oh, people are reaching, oh, you know, complaining about the count. Oh, you know, this regulation, that regulation, this rule. Oh, the referee can't get it spot on, etc. and stuff like that. That's impossible, etc., etc. But here's my point. If you're going to criticize judges for poor scorecards, for incorrect scorecards, where you feel that the judges have robbed or screwed a fighter out of a victory, which we do all the time as fight fans, you can't just criticize the three judges, the three officials judging the fight outside of the ring. You have to be critical of the referee inside the ring, the official inside the ring too. Yeah? You can't just pick and choose which officials you want to criticize. Because if you're saying, okay, you know, the referee made a marginal error there, you know, or he made some mistakes there, and you know what, but refereeing's a hard job, and you know, they don't always get it right all the time, then you have to accept and say the same thing when it comes to scorecards. And say, hey, you know, judges, it's a tough job judging, and you can't always get the judging right, it's tough, etc., etc. You have to say the same thing then. You can't just pick and choose which one you want to penalise and criticise, and which one, oh, you let him off, it's a tough, that official's got a really tough job. That's double standards. Yeah? So I do understand where Wilder fans are coming from. I do get it. So there is, in my opinion, it's a grey area a little bit, but at the same time, you saw me do the count, and Fury was not vertical at 10. Yeah? Alright. Okay, let's go on to the second bit of footage I have, yeah? And a lot of people are going to wonder, why am I laughing, alright? Because this guy here put this video up on Instagram. It's his video, whatever, credit to him. Here you go, here's your shout out. So you don't get all, you know, upset that I used your video. Okay, but this guy put it up on Instagram, yeah? Now, Deontay Wilder has also put this on Instagram, on his page. He's taken a lot of criticism for it, as you would expect. And there's a reason why I'm laughing, because the video itself is a little bit ridiculous, yeah? Not because it's showing the countdown or incorrect count or anything like that. It's when there's a little clock here. There's a second clock here. So as soon as Fury hits, you know, is knocked down, the clock starts ticking in seconds, yeah? All right? And the guy who made this video started the clock right from the second that Tyson Fury's left glove hit the canvas, which in all fairness is kind of ridiculous, because there's no way a referee is going to catch that. Yeah, that's why referee will always start when the referee would have started when Fury's body hit the canvas, because no one's reactions are that quick. Mine, yours, the referee, doesn't matter who it is, no one's reaction is that quick. Yeah, so the count would have always have started from when Fury hit the canvas. His body hit the canvas. Yeah, not his glove, because there's no way you would have caught the glove. All right, so there's a little clock here. I am going to use it for certain things to talk about in this video, but it's not to do with the count, the knockdown. Yeah, because that clock is off. Yeah, because of the way that what this guy has done the video. All right, but a lot of people are talking about. You know, this rule on the internet, using this reason, that saying that a fighter must be in the neutral corner before a count can begin. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you another bit of footage later on. I did an edited version of this video, trying to just kind of display how ridiculous it was what the guy was trying to point out. Yeah, about the left glove hitting the ground, and I ended up getting a whole heap of abuse, people calling me a dumb this and all that sort of stuff. All I said was, hey, check this out, what do you think? Yeah, what do you guys think? I'll leave the rest up to you. And I got a whole load of abuse for it, and I thought, you know what, I can't be bothered with this nonsense, so I deleted it. Yeah, but I'll play it for you guys and show you how ridiculous what this guy was trying to point out is. But anyway, let's get back to what I was talking about. In this video, what I want to talk about is where Wilder is, when does the official outside of the ring start counting, and you know, where was Wilder positioned? Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong; it does zoom into the timekeeper, so you kind of have to guesstimate how long it would have taken Wilder to get into that corner. But anyway, let me play it for you, and I'll talk as I play it. Yeah, because I'm going on now. Yeah. So here we go. So knockdown's coming up. There's the knockdown. Oh, missed it. So let's go back a little second. There's Wilder. Make note of this here. 0-9. Yeah? Forget about the count. Fury, this is kind of like where you're going to start the count. And this is what I mean, that this clock was a little bit off. Yeah? Which is what this guy was trying to say. Yeah? Because there's no way that left glove was going to get caught by the referee all the way here. So he's going to start counting from here. Yeah? And as you can see, he's going to throw his hand down and say 1, or he already did it. Or he may have already done that, yeah? But let's watch Wilder, yeah? Now, from Wilder, it's going to go straight into the timekeeper. Alright? Let's go back a little bit, because I missed that. It's hard to get this right. But, oh, for crying out loud. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. There's a hand, yeah? So let's say roughly about there, yeah? Okay? Can I get it again? No. Okay. Well, roughly about there. You can see her hand in the air. She started counting. All right. Are you telling me in that time Wilder was here in this corner? Because I can't even see him. He's somewhere around here. Yeah. Over here somewhere still. Yeah. Making his way down. Let's play it again. She's still counting. Look at that. Now Wilder's there in the corner. Now you can see him. Yeah? Let's keep watching. Right? So this is my point. Right? Let's talk about this point here. So Wilder, he still would have been walking from here. Look at my cursor. When she started to count, he was about here. Yeah? Which means he would have still been walking. So she's still counting. He's walking, walking, walking. She's counting. And now he's in the corner. She started the count before he was even anywhere near the neutral corner. Yeah? Let's watch Wilder some more. Look at Wilder. Dancing, dancing, doing his little dance. Going to another corner. Ignore this. Yeah? Because this is the guy trying to point out. Look, 10 seconds and he wasn't up. But look where Wilder is. If that's the rule that the opponent, which is Wilder here, should be in the neutral corner before the count started, then one, why did she start counting while Wilder was here? Where my cursor is. Yeah. Why did Jack Reese start counting here? Because he was here originally and he counted 1 and then he looked at the timekeeper. Yeah. Alright. But Wilder was still around here when even Jack Reese started counting. So when both the timekeeper and Jack Reese, the referee, started counting, Wilder was here. He was nowhere near the neutral corner. Yeah, and if it's the rule that he needs to be in that corner while the count is taking place, then shouldn't the count have stopped when Wilder started moving away from here? No. So people who are using that as a reason, again, you know, obviously the officiating was incorrect. Right? But like I said, if you look at the California State Athletics Commission's rules and regulations, it doesn't say anything that this fighter here, which is Deontay Wilder, needs to be in a neutral corner before a count commences. Before the count starts. It doesn't say anything about that. It does say that if the referee needs to usher, the referee may need to usher the opponent, which would have been Wilder, into the corner if there was a problem. So you know what, Deontay Wilder, sometimes he gets excited, he starts screaming and shouting. Loads of fighters do that. There's loads of fighters out there who do that, and the referee will have to grab him and say, get in the corner. Then they look at the official outside of the ring and say, right, where are we with the count? And they say 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever. Yeah, that's what the reason for having this person outside of the ring is. That minute that person falls to the ground, they start counting. If he needs to come across, if the referee needs to come across and push the fighter into the neutral corner, and then that's what he can do. Meanwhile, there's someone outside of the ring who is keeping up to the count, who's keeping up with the count. Then the referee looks at that person and says, where am I? Okay, 6, 7, 8, etc. Yeah? So that theory that people are using, yeah, is ridiculous. I've seen some big YouTube channels out there who have used footage, and I even used a clock like this at the bottom, right? But people aren't breaking this whole thing down properly. If you're going to talk about it properly. Yeah? Yes, I agree. Tyson Fury, like I said before, definitely got screwed on the scorecards. Yeah? I thought it was 115, 111. That's my opinion. I think Tyson Fury won on the scorecards. No doubt about it in my mind. Yeah? And a lot of people out there are saying the same thing. Mayweather's, etc. All the names out there are saying it. Andre Ward, everyone. Yeah? Okay? But you also have to kind of concede that there was a problem, like I said earlier on in the last footage that I showed you, that the officiating inside the ring by the referee and the timekeeper was inaccurate as well. And if that rule that you have to be in the neutral corner is true, then why didn't they enforce it? Like I said, grey areas, man. And I think the Wilder fans have a good case to, a right to complain. Just like the Fury fans have a right to complain about the judges. Like I said to you, yeah, you cannot pick and choose which officials you want to criticise. Yeah? You can't say, oh, the judges are this, the judges are that, they got the scorecard wrong, etc., corruption, and then turn around and say, oh, and then when people start talking about the count in the 12th round, oh, you're just fishing, oh, you're reaching, oh, that rule, that rule, coming out with all these rules and regulations. Yeah? Okay? And say, it's alright, the referee's job's really tough, they're never going to get it bang on. But at the same time, then you have to turn around and say, then those people have to turn around and say, well, the judges can't get it right all the time. It's a tough job. You have to criticize both sets of officials the same way. You can't pick and choose. That's double standards. If you're criticizing the judges for the scorecards, which I am, then you have to criticize the referee for what he did in the ring on that 12th round when it came to the count, when Tyson Fury got knocked down. And the official outside the ring, the timekeeper. And that's exactly what I've done here in this video. So yes, Fury fans have a good case to complain that the scorecards were way off. No doubt about it. I agree with that. But at the same time, I think Wilder fans have something to complain about too. That the counting was not correct. They didn't follow it properly. It wasn't conducted correctly. You know, and that I will concede and agree to. That's how I see it anyway. Alright, I'm going to move on. I'm going to play you this next bit of footage, yeah? Because this bit's funny, yeah? Because I'm going to point out how ridiculous this guy's videos was, yeah? This video that I've shown you now. How ridiculous this video was in terms of how this, you know, this guy did this video for starters. And if you're going to do videos like this, trying to expose a situation or something that you thought was incorrect or there was an error made in a fight, at least be realistic with it, yeah, is what I'm going to say. So this is my edited version of the video I showed you, kind of show how ridiculous what this person was trying to indicate in the video was, yeah. So let's just play it and I'll show you. So here we go, yeah. Look at that. Now look at the clock. So I've circled, freeze-framed it for you. Tyson Fury's glove hits the ground, yes. But is the referee really going to catch that? Look how quickly he falls to the ground. There's no way you're going to catch that, right? So the count wouldn't have started at this point at all. There's no way the referee would have seen that. Even the timekeeper wouldn't have got that, yeah? The referee would have started counting the minute his body hits the canvas. That's when the count would have started. Yeah, let's be honest. All right, because it's ridiculous to assume that the referee's reaction or the timekeeper's reaction is quick enough to capture that. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to do a video trying to expose something, yeah, be realistic and, you know, don't make yourself look like an idiot. Yeah, so here we go. Yeah. Right, then she starts counting. All right, let's let it play. She's counting away, etc., etc. Watch this. Bam, 10 seconds. Now we know that probably wasn't right, yeah, because he's done it according to the clock. Yeah, when we know a referee counts 1, throws his hand down. 2, throws his hand down again while he's doing it. When his hand gets thrown down and comes down, that's when he does a count. So 1, hand down. 2, hand down. 3, the hand is down. You know what I mean? That way. That's why referees use their hands the way they do when they're doing counts. They're not doing it to a 10-second stopwatch. They're doing it according to it is literally a count. That they use their hands to measure the intervals between each count. Yeah? So what this guy was trying to do in this video was absolutely ridiculous in my opinion, yeah, to be honest with you. Was there anything else in this footage? There you go. So look, 10 seconds, I've circled it, yeah. But I do still agree, yeah, because I've shown it in the last 2 bits of footage I've shown you that there were some inaccuracies, there were some, you know, the count was definitely mistimed, miscalculated, you know, there's a bit of confusion between, you know, the referee, the official on the outside of the ring, which you can see right now, you know, etc. Even like if you watch the fight again, I told you when I watched it live, I was like, ref, you're a little bit off with your count. I was like, what the hell? Yeah, because he slowed down about 8
After 7, he went to 8, and that was a bit slow. And then 9, oh, you're right, and you know what I mean. So I do believe that Deontay Wilder fans. I do believe that Deontay Wilder fans have something to kind of complain about there. To be honest with you, if I'm honest with you, yeah. So there's 2 bits of controversy that happened in this fight. One was obviously the scorecards, which we know. Look, I personally believe that Tyson Fury won the fight 115-111. I'm not disputing that whatsoever. Yeah. All these people who are saying it was a close fight, I didn't see a close fight. But what I do concede is that, yes, the count was off as well. It was. Yeah. There was a number of mistakes made when it came to the 12th round count, to be honest with you. Yeah. So I get where Deontay Wilder fans are coming from as well. So I agree with Fury fans, and I agree with the Wilder fans.
Now, what you're seeing on the screen is a screenshot of the California State Athletics Commission's rules and regulations when it comes to boxing. And this part, as you can see, it says at the top, method of counting over a boxer who is down. Okay? So it reads, when the contestant is knocked down or as the result of a punch is knocked through the ropes, the referee shall order the opponent to retire to a corner of the ring, which the referee didn't do. Jack Reese didn't do that to Deontay Wilder, pointing to the corner and immediately picking up the count from the timekeeper. You see? So the timekeeper, when the fighter goes down, the timekeeper starts counting. It's the referee's job in the meantime to get the opponent, who's still on their feet, to go into the corner. Get into the corner, or get into that corner over there, the neutral corner. Then the referee picks up the count from the timekeeper, and it says, he shall audibly announce the passing of the count. No contestant who is knocked down shall be allowed to resume boxing until the referee has finished counting 8. The contestant may take the count either on the floor or standing. The timekeeper, by effective signalling, shall give the referee the correct 1 second interval for his count. The referee's count is the official count, right? So it's not 10 seconds, it's a 10 count, right? Which I did as well, yeah? Should the opponent fail to stay in the designated corner, this applies to Deontay Wilder, should the opponent fail to stay in the designated corner, the referee shall cease counting until he has returned to it. So Deontay Wilder, first of all, he didn't get ushered into the corner. Second of all, he did stray away from the neutral corner. And the referee didn't stop counting and said, get back in the corner. So again, grey areas, rules are not being followed. And then go on with the count from the point from which it was interrupted. If the boxer who is down arises before the count of 10, yeah, which Tyson Fury wasn't because he was still hunched over, the referee shall evaluate his or her ability to continue. If assured that the boxer who has just risen is fit to continue, the referee shall, without loss of time, order both boxers to go on with the contest. Should the contestant who is down arise before the count of 10 is reached and go down immediately without being struck, the referee shall resume the count where it was left off. That didn't obviously happen in the fight. If the contestant taking the count is still down when the referee calls the count of 10, if in the opinion of the referee the fighter who was knocked down is in no condition to continue, the referee shall wave both arms to indicate a knockout. And the last paragraph is just really about if both fighters go down, etc. and stuff like that. Now, where in that does it say that the count will not officially begin until the opponent, which is Wilder, is in the neutral corner? Because I showed you the footage. Wilder was nowhere near the neutral corner, and the timekeeper started counting. Even Jack Reese started counting. So it's a complete mess. Nothing but confusion. So when people are talking about this, and it also states in the rules that if the fighter, the opponent, strays away from the neutral corner, which Wilder did, the referee's supposed to cease counting, tell him get back in your corner, getting that back in the neutral corner, and then go back and pick up the count where he left off. So if he was at 6 at that point, then he'd go back and he'll start the count 7. Yeah? But none of that happened. So people talk about rules and regulations. Those rules or regulations weren't even followed. It doesn't even exist because it doesn't say it in here. A complete utter mess. Yeah? The referee should have been clearer with his instructions. The count, it says it even here, the timekeeper counts, and then you pick up from where the referee should have told him to go in that corner over there, neutral corner. And then it also says in here, in these rules and regulations, that the referee then picks up the count from where the timekeeper is. And the timekeeper started immediately at the knockdown point. And Wilder was still literally standing next to Tyson Fury at that point. So how they managed to cock up the count is unbelievable. I don't get it. It's beyond me. But like I said before, if you're going to be critical of the judges' scorecard, which I am, yeah, you have to, those sets of officials that are outside of the ring, then you have to be critical also about the referee and the timekeeper when it came to the 12th round count. And you saw it. I counted it. I counted it not once, but I counted it twice. And Tyson Fury at 10 had his head down. He was still hunched down with his head down and his arms out. His left arm out, hanging out. He was still trying to get up on his feet and get vertical at 10, which means you count him out at that point. Yeah? And that means at 9, he was literally lower than that. So, like I said, I agree with the Fury fans. I believe the Fury fans have a case. Because I do believe that the scorecards were way off. And I believe Fury won on the scorecards. But at the same time, I also believe that the Wilder fans have a case as well when it comes to the 12th round count. Now, Jack Reese recently has done a couple of interviews. He did an interview with the Boxing Voice last night. Shout out to Nestor Gibbs and obviously his team over there. It was a really good interview. But he also done a few other interviews, and I didn't take this from the Boxing Voice. I took this from, I saw this on Instagram, so I thought I'd use this audio clip. But basically what Jack Reese says in this minute-long audio clip I'm going to play for you. And by the way, I will link the Boxing Voice's interview with Jack Reese in the description of the video, just in case if any of you guys missed it or haven't had the opportunity to see it. You know, just click on that link and you'll get redirected obviously to that interview, that video. But this minute-long audio clip that I'm going to play for you kind of summarizes for me, and at the same time this is Jack Reese himself summarizing what was going through his mind in that 12th round when Tyson Fury got knocked down.
Let me tell you, if there was earlier heavy damage and he had been hurt, there was a history in the fight that he was, really getting knocked around and he felt like that and hit his head, I would have waved it off. But the fight was so close, the magnitude of the fight, a heavyweight championship fight, I've always been taught to count a champion out, and I wanted to give him every opportunity, so I took my time, was patient, and I went down to make sure what I was doing was correct, because I want to do what's best for boxing. I always want to do what's best for boxing. And listen, look at all the talk. Look at the controversy between who they thought won the rematch. This thing, there was such a buzz over this. I think it's best for boxing. Let's see it again. So I always try to do that.
I took my time. I wanted to make sure what I was doing was the right thing, and I wanted to give Tyson Fury every opportunity to continue. Says he thinks he's done the right decision. In a weird way, listen, he's openly admitting that, he took his time. He said it there as well. He said, I took my time. So, to evaluate the whole situation. So, that's in a way kind of you telling me that actually, yeah, you know what? Maybe I was slow with the count. I took my sweet time because I wanted to make sure that I was making the right decision, that I wasn't going to make any mistakes. And I get it a little bit as well, because if he made a mistake, then people will say, oh, you counted out too early, or, I understand it. But at the same time, he's kind of admitting he probably didn't follow the rules of boxing. And with the analysis I've just given you, or with the footage I got from fans who were at the fight, in the arena, I've kind of probably pointed out the facts that, the officials didn't follow the rules on the night. And in my opinion, you know, I think Wilder fans have got a really good case here, and every reason to probably be a little bit upset, because Tyson Fury should have been counted out. You know, I get what he's saying, that, oh, this turned out to be brilliant for boxing because look at the hype, and he's right. We're all talking about it. We're all talking about the scorecard. We're all talking about this knockdown on the 12th round. We all want to see a rematch. You know, Deontay Wilder's come out and said he wants that rematch. He goes, you know what, you think he beat me? All right, you know, let's settle it. Let's have a rematch. Tyson Fury's, you know, on Good Morning Britain turned around and said that he believes Deontay Wilder's going to run from a rematch. He also called out Anthony Joshua. So, you know, who knows what's going to happen. But I agree with him. It's built a lot of hype, you know, for the rematch, you know, and everyone's talking about the sport, and everyone's talking about the heavyweight division, and everyone's talking about Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. So, to a degree, I agree with him. But on the flip side, I believe, you know, everyone wanted to see a definite winner out of the fight. So, look, I'll leave the rest up to you guys to decide, and, you know, you can comment leave your comments in the comment section and debate it and all that sort of stuff. But end of the day, it was a great fight. No matter what anyone wants to say, it was a great fight. You know, and this bit of controversy usually ruins a good fight. But I think these two bits of controversy that we've had, these controversial decisions, the judging scorecard, the referees count on the 12th round, has only helped to hype the rematch, and has only, you know, created this desire for boxing fans to want to see the rematch. You know, out of all the heavyweight clashes we could have right now, you know, that's the one everyone's talking about. That's the one that everyone wants to see. Wilder Fury 2. Alright guys, I think I've spoken enough about this one. As always, like, share and subscribe. Until next time, this is Cypherbox reminding you to keep it real.